Earlier today, a lot of people trying to make their payments using their Visa, credit, or debit cards at stores were denied, and their cards simply did not work. The transactions didn't go through. Since then, we've had a lot of speculation as to what exactly happened. Some people suspected some kind of malware attack, which wouldn't be surprising on a financial institution, but it turns out that the actual cause was hardware failure and not any kind of malicious intervention. At least that's what Visa claims. Now, most of you who use credit or debit cards, and I presume most of you do, you probably have either a MasterCard or a Visa card, and if you have one of those, then you're probably affected. Of course, this was only a temporary problem. It's been solved already, so you shouldn't notice anything now. But for the window of a few hours, if you are doing any transactions, those might have been declined, so you should go through your card history and check that out. So why am I talking about this, since they have claimed that this was not a malicious incident? That's just to remind you guys of the repercussions of certain kind of systems going down, like the Visa systems. We live in a world where a lot of our stuff is interlinked with technology in a way that we're not completely familiar with. Like, you may not realize every time you use your card the complex infrastructure that is put in use. Now, of course, day to day, your transactions go through seamlessly. All the security stuff happens in the background. You're not aware of it. But if at any level there is a major outage, it could potentially lead to widespread chaos and havoc. Like, just imagine if none of your credit or debit cards work. If Visa goes down, it doesn't matter what bank you use. Like, most banks are going to issue cards that are using Visa. So all of your chips all of a sudden are of no use. Let's say you're at a restaurant and you can't pay, or you're just finishing off your shopping and you can't do that. Now, this kind of stuff can cause really significant problems. And I think this is kind of going to be the future of malware, attacking hardware systems where the damage is going to be maximum. And malware has been put to use attacking more than just your data before. Stuxnet, which is a very popular threat, was deployed to attack the nuclear program in Iran, probably by the United States or Israel. They haven't claimed responsibility, but yeah, let's face it, that's probably them, probably the United States. The point is, again, like, this was a worm that infected systems, causing the centrifuges to spin out of control, causing real damage to hardware or stuff in the real world, not just encrypting files or delaying access to data. So I just wanted to get this idea out there that a lot of what we do, even if it has nothing to do with you using your computer, is still dependent on hardware systems running somewhere, which might be vulnerable. And that could be how malware is used in the future, as more and more of our lives are dependent on these systems. As for the Visa outage, your card should work now, so you're good to go. But just in case, I would recommend maybe having a couple of, like, if you already have a Visa card, maybe go for a MasterCard or something. Have some level of redundancy with your payment system. So if something like this happens, you're not out on a limb, stuck with no way to pay. Although in this case, the lifesaver was that the card still worked at ATMs. So you could withdraw your cash, you just couldn't use the card to pay directly, which is still a major inconvenience, but it's not as bad as not being able to withdraw your cash either, which could have happened, by the way. So as we are going more and more cashless, something like this could really destroy people's livelihood. Like, imagine if you couldn't access any of your money, it would be the equivalent of going bankrupt. And if something like this happened for, say, 24 hours, that could really be very destructive. So maybe there are some lessons to learn here. And no, the lesson isn't that, hey, let's target these systems. Ding, ding. Anyway, this is Leo from the PC Security channel. I hope you enjoyed this video. Like, share, subscribe if you did. Thank you for watching. And as always, stay informed, stay secure.